Okay, so Jan, we are live. Thank you very, very much for joining me here today to talk about priestess energies and what it's like to be a modern day priestess. So let me introduce you to everybody watching. So please meet Jan Coulson. Jan is the owner of Our True Essence. She is a multifaceted facilitator and healer of all different things. I'm sure Jan will share more. Jan is a priestess of the new earth and is currently also in our high priestess process. So thank you for being here, Jan. We're here just to have a chat this evening about what it's like to be a priestess, to kind of show the world that there's nothing different about us, hopefully, from other women. We're not too strange looking or too different looking. What was it that drew you into the priestess process?
After I finished the flower diploma, I just, like most people have shared, there was a piece missing. And it was I felt there must be more to my life and a purpose of why I'm here on the planet. So, and it just kept calling me, and it was, well, I'm just gonna join. And that was it. There was no looking back. And the fascinating thing, how we use the shamanic astrology and using the moon cycles to show me how I can use the moon cycles and the new moon and the full moon in my business, and for me to replenish myself at certain times. So that's been so helpful to me. And as I started on the process, it was like my dreams started to be shown to me more and more. And I took the inner journey, and the old beliefs started shifting away. My spiritual gifts started to awaken. It was like I was remembering more about who I am, basically. More flow started coming through, following the moon cycles, not just in my business, but in my home life. So yeah, my life became more purposeful, richer, deeper. And my manifestations did start happening quite quickly. Following the shamanic, the moon cycles, I know now when I need to go in and replenish myself. I mean, before I started on the high priestess process, like as a, graduating and everything, you just want to put yourself out there. But I was given some signals that I need in my body that I needed to take care of myself. So the high priestess process did show me how to replenish myself and not worry about the flow, because when I come back out from replenishing myself, the flow was there again as if by magic.
Okay, so when have you learned to replenish yourself?
A couple of days before the new moon, I start to feel the energy. I feel that I start to feel very tired, that I don't go just and lay down and go to bed or anything, but I don't take any online consultations. Try not to do any chakra dance facilitating, and just listen to my body. My high priestess now makes me listen to my body and take note of my body and love myself first.
It's one of the biggest aspects of becoming a priestess, I think, is to truly begin to take care of our own bodies. So for many of us, it's beautiful teachers. Yeah, so I love, Jan, that you have naturally moved into working with the moon cycles, and they've helped you so much. I'm curious, was there a part of you before you joined the priestess process that knew you wanted to be a priestess? Had you considered it before?
No.
You hadn't?
No, not until, no, I hadn't at all. I'd read about priestesses but never, it was just, but there was this calling. It was just like, I couldn't leave. I couldn't not join. Same you know,
What was it that called you specifically? So if I give you, for example, if I share why I love being in the priestess frequencies, even now, facilitating them and doing the things that I do, what I love about it is that I feel that it feeds me, it nourishes me, it replenishes me just by being there or facilitating or joining in a group myself as a participant. So for me, it's more like a thirst for some feminine energies, and I just, when I go in, I feel replenished just by being there. So,
yeah, no, I do get that. Just being where people get you, where they understand you, and having that support as you hold that sacred container for us, and being with the others and all sharing and supporting in many ways. It's, yeah, and I look forward to coming, and you know, each week we work with something different, but it's just like we just show up, really. We just show up, don't we? And it's not hard work, but the work magically happens through you during the week. And if you take notice of your life, you can see where these things, or you can feel where these things are showing up. And it happens very quickly. All for the good, nothing, you know, nothing bad. I feel myself rising, and what things that don't resonate with me anymore, and I'm just having faith and just letting go. So, but just having that safe space where we share and work with the elements, you know, with the earth, air, fire and water, and knowing that they're part of us as well. They're not separate from us.
Yeah, I think that's the embodiment piece that we talk about, isn't it? Is that I've had quite a few priestesses say that, you know, we've had ideas, we've read about the elements, we kind of get them, but we haven't felt them in our bodies.
Exactly that. Feeling it and balancing the masculine and feminine inside, and just being who I am. We don't have to dress up as priestesses, but feeling that I've got more value in my life, and just growing in wisdom. And I feel I'm growing up.
Yes, I remember we spoke about that the other day, didn't we? All of a sudden, yeah, there's that feeling. So your business, your company, was already called Our True Essence before you joined the priestess process. So you had intuitively known that that was one of the things that you were here to do, was to facilitate that for yourself and others. How has the priestess process informed you? What's it given you extra?
It's given me extra to know my life purpose, to bring out my own unique gifts. That when I think back to when I was younger, I used to love helping my dad and in the garden and working with plants and working with nature. And then just as well, just feeling I'm making a difference. I feel I'm making a difference, you know, and to embrace it all as we go along the journey. And everything is happening quite quickly in the High Priestess. It's happening much quicker. But I just think once you've done the Priestess, you have to do the High Priestess. It's just the next step. Do you know? And then it's after that, because I just like being with Sarah. I've followed so many of your courses, and I just like being held in that container that you create, because it's so nurturing, and there's no ego there. It's just we're all just as one. Nobody's better. It's just a lovely container to be held in. I just love it.
Thank you, Jan. Yeah, it's nice to hear that. So can we talk a little bit about the astrology, what you learned about yourself? Because a big part of the priestess process is learning our shamanic astrology. Now, for me, when I learned about mine, I was like, yeah, that's me. It wasn't a big surprise, but because of that, it just allowed me to much more embrace who I am. I was like, yeah, that's who I am. That's who I am. So now that I know that from a very deep astrological perspective, it really helped me to focus in on a specific frequency that I offer through what I do. So how did it help you learning your astrological team?
Yeah, well, it surprised me really, but then I always wondered why I was sort of emotional, but I was a fire sign. But when we worked with the astrology, I'm actually more water than my moon sign, and it just sort of clicked, that I love being by water as well, because I live by the sea. So yeah, it completely changed. It changed everything, and once that changed, it changed more flow within my business. The flow of the water and the flow of it, just letting go, like you said about at the sides. It's that container, isn't it? And just so many things that you've said in the beginning, and now it's like, oh, I really get that now. I really, and it's helping me to be in service more without judgment, aligning with the people that want what I have, and just opening your heart for compassion and love. I just feel so different. I feel strong, not stronger as in strong, but I mean, the way I never used to like to talk, and now you can't stop me talking. So, it just brings out so much more of who you are.
It seems to bring courage, doesn't it? It's something I've noticed. We get more courageous because we get confident, because we know who we are, and more of us flows through. It's a very natural. It kind of happens without us doing anything. I think that was certainly my experience, and it's certainly what I see as I facilitate the priestess processes. I see there's not an awful lot of doing needed from my perspective or from yours. It's about a receiving, and when we receive, we just fill up with more and more of who we are.
Yeah. It's exactly that. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. I can see there's some people watching live. So if you want to share some goodness with Jan and just say thank you for sharing your priestess self with us, Jan. Is there anything else you'd like to say while you're here about anybody that's listening and thinking, why would I want to be a kind of priestess? What does your heart want to say?
My heart says, just go with it. Just it will bring out who you really are under all those blocks that we cover up with our heart. Deep down, this is who we are. We're passionate priestesses, and I just love it. What's next after the high priestess?
There is one more, as it happens.
Oh wow, how exciting.
Yeah, there is another one. Yeah, it is. There's another year called New Earth Creatrix.
Oh, wow.
Which is super cool and super, super powerful. Yeah.
Sounds wonderful.
Yay. Yeah. Well, thank you very, very much for being here, Jan. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. And it's a special pleasure to be able to share you and what you do, your priestess self, with as many people who feel called to watch this. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thank you.